Hi everyone. We're going to solve these four problems on the domain 0 between 0 and 2 pi, and this should be just less than. So between 0 and 2 pi, like that. And by now you should know your unit circle. I went ahead and put the unit circle on these in case you're still learning it. So let's go ahead and get started. For this one, we want to solve for tan squared of x, or just tan of x. So we're going to add 2 to both sides. So you get 6 tan squared of x equals 6. Now we divide both sides by 6. So you get tan squared of x equals 1. Now you take the square root of both sides, and when you're first doing these, what you forget to do is you have to put the plus and minus here, or you're going to lose solutions. So we have tan of x equals plus or minus 1. So tan of x is your y over x, and we know that we have, to get a 1, these two numbers have to be the same. So the numbers are the same here, and here, and here, and here. So for the positive 1, that would be the numbers have to be the same. So that would be pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. For to be negative 1, the numbers have to be opposite signs. So that would be 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. Now you notice that I put these in order. You don't have to, because this is just a set. This is not an ordered pair. But it's nice to put them in order, especially if the teacher is grading your paper. All right, this one, we're going to subtract 1. So you get negative 1, subtracting 1 from both sides. And then divide both sides by 4. This should be positive. Cosine squared of x. And then square root both sides, and what did I say? You have to do what? Plus and minus. So the square root of 1 is just 1, and the square root of 4 is 2. So you get plus or minus 1/2 equals cosine of x. So we're looking for everywhere cosine is your x value. So everywhere your x value is 1/2. So that's here, or negative 1/2. Here, and you're looking for your x's, and here. So they're all the ones were 3 in the denominator for your angle, for your radians. So you get pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. And those are your 4 solutions. And this one, we're going to add 1 to both sides. So you get 3 equals 4 sine squared of x. Divide both sides by 4, so you get 3/4 equals sine squared of x. And now we're going to square root both sides. And don't forget to do plus and minus. So you get plus and minus, and we just have square root of 3, but the square root of 4 is 2. You just break this up, and that equals your sine of x. So therefore, we want all values where y, so remember this is like your y, where y is square root of 3 over 2, or negative square root of 3 over 2. So here it is, right? Here's a y, there's 1, there's 1, and here's 1. They're all the ones with 3 in the denominator again. So that's going to be pi over 3, 2 pi divided by 3, 4 pi divided by 3, and 5 pi divided by 3. All right, and the last one is tangent. So we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. So you get 1 equals 3 tan squared of x, and divide both sides by 3, and then square root both sides. Don't forget to put what? Yes. So this is going to be plus minus square root of 1 is 1, square root of 3 is just the square root of 3, equals tan of x. Now this one, tan is a little harder, but just remember your tan is really your y over x. And so we know that it's either going to be 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2, or we could have square root of 3 divided by 2 divided by 1/2. Now this one doesn't work because this just gives you square root of 3. However, when you cross these twos out, you get this. So you get 1 over square root of 3. So basically we have the plus and minus, but we want our y to be 1/2 and our x to be square root of 3 over 2. And then it could be plus or minus here. So that's going to be where x is 1/2. Let's just find where x is square root of 3 over 2. So that's going to be it. Where x is square root of 3 over 2 is there. Because if x is square root of 3 over 2, then y is 1/2. So our solutions on this will be, and I'm going to just put them right here, everything with the denominator is 6. So that's pi divided by 6, 5 pi divided by 6, 7 pi divided by 6, and 11 pi divided by 6. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Class, Miss Shaw's class. Boy, I love math. Miss Shaw's class, Miss Shaw's class.
Don't fail! Watch Miss Shaw's videos for free.